Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about the mini boss fight, Mad Clown Puppet in Lies of P. They are found in Rosa Isabella Street on the road leading up to the Estella Opera House. They are an optional boss, but if you do defeat them, you will receive a quartz from the fight. This was for me a pretty menacing boss fight because he is standing at the top of the street here with enemies on each side, and he slowly makes his way down after he tosses a couple fire boulders at you. What I like to do on this fight is I actually ended up clearing all the mobs, or as many mobs as I could, before he actually made his way down, just to make the fight a little bit easier. That way I didn't have to fight any ads while I was trying to fight him. Some people do like to fight the Mad Clown Puppet at the top where he is spawned, but as mentioned, I chose to bring him down to the bottom there. I found there was a little bit more space for me, which made it a little bit easier. The recommended weapons that you could be using for this is the bone cutting saw and the Aegis, but because I was running a motivity build, I decided to stick with the booster glaive instead. If you would like to use some items, you could always use Thermite and the Fire Abrasive, as Mad Clown Puppet is weak to fire. The recommended P organ that you should use is to increase the staggerable window, so that way it gives you a little more time to get the Mad Clown Puppet staggered, as he is a very easily staggerable boss. When coming up to the Mad Clown Puppet, the first attack that he is generally going to start with is this wind-up punch with the extended arm. This is the attack you love to see for this fight because it's so easily parryable that you can actually get some perfect parries in very simply, which is great for creating those staggers to happen. He also does some other attacks like an uppercut punch, a smash, and his fury attack it can't be dodged, but he laces his punches with fury, and it just makes it more difficult to counter, more or less. Some of his other primary attacks is he's going to do this arm twirl where he's going to spin at you, and progressively the spin is going to get slower and slower. It is pretty easily parryable as well, so you can make sure to get that. And if you don't feel comfortable with the perfect parries, you could always just block them and get your swings in after the fact. Finally, if you're at a certain distance, he will do a belly thrust at you as well, which I also find is very parryable. All in all, this boss fight is relatively simple if you hit those perfect parries, and then that way you can get that quartz relatively easy. Based off of my first impressions of the boss, he is, as mentioned, very menacing whenever you're first coming up to him, but after a while, he becomes a cakewalk. So all you need to do is perfect parry the long arm attack, the belly thrust, and the spinning arm attack if you can. If not, you can dodge out of the way to go get those swings, and the boss fight should be relatively easy. And once you defeat him, you can head your way on up to the Estella Opera House. Well, that was a pretty easy boss fight. Until next time.